welcome to the Journey Podcast. This podcast is going to be about life's journey and experiences. We're going to talk about family, talk about faith, talk about different things in life that we all go through. And hopefully we'll bring it from a realistic standpoint, a practical standpoint, and a humorous standpoint. So we want you just to follow us, to continue to check in and see when the next video comes on. And if you have questions, put it in the comment section. If you like it, put the thumbs up. Don't put the thumbs down. But we want to see and help all of us out in this journey we call life. Hey guys, welcome to the Journey Podcast. Today we're going to talk about a new chapter. Some years ago we did another podcast. It was called Kingdom Concepts. And during that time, I was a pastor for 13 years, and a lot of things we talked about then were dealing with just the Bible and almost like an online Bible study. This podcast is a lot different. This is more about life and life's journey because things change. I was one that thought that, once you're in a place, that's where you're going to be. But I learned in the last few years that that's not always God's plan. And so you understand that life changes and things happen. And sometimes you don't understand it. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, when God is in control, everything is going to work out. So right now, we're starting a new chapter. So I want to talk to you about that new chapter. So with life has changes. And sometimes it comes unexpectedly. For us, we found that we were in ministry for a long time, and we thought that ministry was going to be it. I was pastoring, and I was, into that. But after a while, things change and people change. And so when you get into a new phase of life, you start thinking a little differently. Like, is this what I want to do for the remainder of my life? And also external factors come in. And so with that, I made a decision with my wife and my family that it was time to make a change. So I stepped down. Now that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for us. It wasn't easy for the people around me, for the congregation, anything like that. But it was necessary. And at that point, you're going on faith. You don't know what's the next step. You don't know where God is going to take you. And so we had to kind of deal with that as it came. And there was some rough times, I'll be honest with you. And you wonder, where is God? Are you still here? And did I miss you somewhere in this journey? But as he always does, he comes through when you don't know that he's working on the outside or on the other side of your problem. And so now what am I doing? I'm a teacher. I love teaching, actually. And I teach high school kids. And those kids, the first time I got into school, it was different. I didn't know what they were talking about, what their music was, how they act. It was just a whole new chapter and a whole new experience. But as time progressed, I realized that it was similar to what I was doing before, but it was just a broader audience. And so I was able to take what I had learned in the ministry and pastoring and apply it to my teaching. Not that I was talking about God or religion or anything like that, just the human element. And I will be honest with you, it made me a better person because I now started seeing people for being people. And I was able to see the dilemmas that these young kids would have. And a lot of them would come to me and say, Mister, this and that is going on. And I would talk to them and counsel them. And it became a fulfilling thing, which it still is to this day. And for my family, I watched my kids, my little kids that were running around the church and stuff. Now they're grown. They're all adults now and going to college and in college. And so I get me and my wife has the opportunity to watch them as they blossom and grow and become the men and women that we had, put so much time and effort in. And so that's also a life change, and it's fun. It's interesting. It's challenging, but to be honest with you, it's fulfilling. And I look at my wife. My wife has her own business. It's called Wadia & Co. She has grown from just a startup to now really finding herself as an entrepreneur, as a woman that is a businesswoman, and also she's an RN nurse, and she mixes all that together, putting faith and fashion. And I would tell you that I know all that stuff. I don't. I'm just the muscles behind the work, if you will. But she's having fun and she's growing. And that's what life is about. It's about growth. It's about finding who you are, finding your purpose. And even when you look in the Bible, you'll find that the people in the Bible, when God called them, they didn't know what the final stage was going to be. They didn't know all the steps. They trust God. They followed him. And then there were times where they didn't know what was next. And I found it's the same thing in our life. You may not be a minister. You may not be some big name person, but you still have a life journey to walk and a purpose in life. And I would say to you, find yourself. Find who you are. Find your passion. You are unique. You're not going to be like anyone else. Yes, we watch people on social media and we see this and we see that. But at the end of the day, there's something about you that God created that makes you unique. So find what that thing is. Maybe you want to be an artist. Maybe you want to be a creator of content. Maybe you're a baker. Maybe you're a hairstylist. Whatever it is. As someone said, sometimes you have to jump. You have to take that chance on yourself and believe that what God created you for, you are built for. Is it hard sometimes? Yeah, life is hard. But at the end of the day, with God on your side, you can go through all the mountains and the valleys, and you will find that promised place, that place where your purpose is fulfilled, and you can look back at the journey and realize that without God, none of this will be possible. So I encourage you today, at this first Journey podcast and this new chapter, I encourage you to don't be afraid of the blind spots. Don't be afraid of the things you don't understand. Because at the end of the day, there's a God that understands all the steps you take, and he's guiding you, and he has you in his hand. So God bless you. Hope to see you again the next time on the Journey Podcast.